a lady here, she was deeply affected. Like, it was really like weighing heavy on her. She cried that night and everything. Like, it was serious. And for me, I mean, it wasn't like, ooh, I'm gonna go start a riot. Who with me? It wasn't like that, but like seeing how like my friends were like really like serious about it and really want to change stuff and talk about it with the church. I feel like if it's that serious to them,
when it happened, it would have been all over Instagram. But
the only thing that was on Instagram was getting revenge about to George Zimmerman. Like,
how many of y'all gonna actually step out and do something? Make a change.
raise your hand and I'm gonna follow you on Instagram just to see.
Who grandma are you?
Okay, so about what everybody did on Instagram that night, everybody on Instagram was posting his address, saying they were gonna kill him.
Right,
I feel that's what they wanted. They wanted us to react bad to it, so we could go out and do stupid stuff.
Yeah. What do you say?
I think that that after the trial, like you said, that they kind of wanted us to do that because then it depicts African Americans as, oh, if they don't get their way, they're gonna be mad and they're gonna do something.
Retaliate.
Yeah. So.
All right, last person. What you gonna say?
I don't understand the fascination with social media sites.
Oh, that's not to do with anything. What do you have to say?
I wasn't.
What does that have to do with anything, for real? Okay, go on, Mara.
I was gonna say about like how he was smoking weed and sticking up the middle finger and stuff.
Yeah.
Famous people do that kind of stuff all the time. And then like if they were to become on trial for something, that wouldn't be used against them.
Yeah, that wouldn't be.
I don't know. I feel like we can't really say too much about it because we don't really know like what happened at like inside of the court and what happened the night of. But it was. I don't think it was fair. I don't feel like it was a fair trial or anything like that.
Personally, don't think that Trayvon's attitude got him killed. I think it's society's attitude towards black people as a community. As a community, we're in this hip-hop area and we're labeled as gangbangers, drug dealers, and so when other people that are not a part of our community see us, they get offended. So personally, I don't think it's Trayvon's attitude, but I think it's our society and our generation that has created an attitude negatively towards black people.
Like, we gotta work harder than the white people if we want them to look at us. We gotta be a threat to them.
I feel like people fought for our rights. Like, people are constantly fighting that we could go to school with white people. People were fighting that we could get an education. And we have a black people, we're failing the people that fought for us. We go to school and we fail. We go to school and all we worry about are sports. And how many black doctors do y'all know?
It's gonna be me one day.
How many black lawyers do y'all know? How many?
You said 3.
3? Okay, how many white lawyers do you know? Can't count. How many white doctors do you know? Can't count. We have failed the people that have fought for us for many years. Slavery went on for countless years, and look where we're standing right now. We're back enslaving ourselves. In Africa, we were princes, we were kings and queens, and look where we are right now. Where are we? Nowhere. We can't account for anything. We can't account for anything as a community because we rather fight, we rather play sports. We think we're faster than everybody, so we want to run track. Like, what does that amount to in anything? What does that amount to? If you could raise your hand, who's on Aviano right now? Honestly. Put your hand up.
I feel that the trial has affected our generation in a negative way. The pictures of Trayvon Martin smoking weed and the middle finger thrown up has given people a reason to see us negatively again. And not only the fact that Trayvon got into an altercation with Zimmerman has made him look more as the ghetto side that people see of us. I feel like the case has given us as black people the need to be revenge hungry, as Caleb said. I feel like we have to get back at people. I feel like the justice system. I feel like we feel the need to get back at the justice system. We think that they're out to get us, and that I feel like we shouldn't have this revenge. We should be coming together and trying to be better instead of giving back and giving them
to a piano recital because black people aren't supposed to play the piano. They're not supposed to play violins. They're not supposed to do stuff that white people do. It's just targeted as a black community. We're not supposed to do what the white people do, and we've said that. Like when people say that if you see a black person playing the piano, oh that's white, oh that's gay. Who does that? And we
Be honest right now.
As a community.
Be honest right now. If you was friends with somebody who played the piano, how would you look at him?
Or played the violin.
Exactly.
Played the flute.
Exactly.
Played the
Why is that so bad though? Why is
Going back to what I was talking about sports, like the NCAA and all college sports, they've changed the regulations to play where if you want to be a college athlete, you have to maintain a GPA over 3.0. So you actually have to be somewhat intelligent. Now, it wasn't always that way, but student athletes have always been some of the top students.
But how many teachers lie for students?
Teachers lie?
How many times
does your teacher lie for you to make you play basketball?
They still algebra 1, I think.
Exactly.
Algebra, they still go to Kentucky.
Exactly. It happens all the time.
It happens a lot at Hightower. That's because Hightower's a crap.
It happens at Rich Point. It happens at Rich Point. It's playing. I'm telling you.
Okay, I have a lot of different points after hearing a lot of different things. Number one, I feel like back on topic on the case, I feel like George Zimmerman, I don't care what the laws are in Florida, I feel like he was not in danger because if he would have listened to the police, which was to stay in your car and not to pursue, he wouldn't have been in danger anyway. Then how is he in danger? His hands are registered. When you are in kickboxing, at a certain point, your hands become registered to where you cannot use them unless you just really have to. He brought all of that upon himself. What's that child name? Treyvon can do. All Treyvon can do was the thing that all he was doing was minding his own business at night with a can of Arizona and some Skittles. Now I want to tell me how that is lighter than it. And I'm pretty sure because they said it was dark, but if you watch the case, people were could take pictures and stuff at night. Therefore, it wasn't that dark. So I'm pretty sure he saw the tea, he saw the Skittles. Now, what possibly could you be going to do bad?
It happens. Like, this isn't the first time in centuries. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's happened before. Like, this one is just getting more worldwide. Right. And so, I mean, even if he did go to jail, okay, that's great. But, I mean, it wouldn't have changed anything.
Life back, yeah.
Right. Like, Trayvon's still gone. You know how like it say history repeats itself? Mm-hmm. I feel like the times with like Martin Luther King and stuff are trying to come back. Like now we having, you know, what was that march called?
They had a peaceful march.
Yeah, and like there was the march in Washington, mm-hmm. And like, I mean, I guess protests don't hurt.
If it's peaceful.
Yeah, riots. There's nothing good that comes out of a riot, but like protest it only gets our opinion out, our voice. I don't see anything wrong with protesting. Not at all.
Not our generation.
We'll be ready to pull out a gag before
it's not
they try to endure some water hoses. I'll be the first one in the house. Actually, I'm not going to. I know the cause is I'm gonna stand out here for my people because this is what I believe in. We're not those people. Definitely not.
We live in a generation of entitlement. So like we're not gonna do something if it's hard. We feel like it has to be given to us easy, and standing up and protesting or doing something other than watching games or doing something on TV or hanging out with friends, something that steps out of the box is hard for our generation. If it's something new, we can't do it because we feel like everything needs to be easy, it needs to be handed to us, and it needs to be given.